Act as well. Yes. Yeah. Hello. Yeah. All right. So that's for everyone to tune in. Let's go. Hi, welcome all. If you have already tuned in, I'm just looking for something to get a permanent link on the stream. So hopefully I could find it here. Otherwise, I will just continue. We actually left off yesterday. So all right. So we might actually start with our course where we left off. Need a couple of minutes to wait for you, for all of you that want to watch the video together. Basically, we went through we started the course yesterday. I'm going to show you the course as well. We started off with the first 3 lessons of the course, our dribbling mastery course, which were about the importance of the ball contacts, and then dribbling techniques breakdown, which we used a lot during our matches, like the different techniques of dribbling, and then how to dribble safely. We watched these 3 together, and in between we played some games, some FUT Champions games, and we actually tried out what we have seen in the videos. To be honest, I haven't before watching these videos, I haven't tried to execute all of these together in my own matches, but like I've said, we have seen 3 different dribbling techniques. that we can use in our games. And after using them a lot, I actually realized that they're really important. And as for my feedback today to the others in the channel, like I said, okay, that's working perfectly. So if you missed it, you can go and watch the other video if you want the interactive learning style, or if you want to do that for yourself or by yourself alone, you can just type the exclamation mark dribbling to be able to get to this course. You can just master it, study it alone because it's a complete free course, and you can also check out the other stuff that we publish on the Guide Plus. So today we are going to have 2 more lessons, and one of them is to how to get away from defenders, and the other one is to how to dribble unpredictably. So these are some kind of expert stuff, and we're going to go through them together, and we will try to execute them again in our Foot Champions game. So let me just get... Okay, let's start off. So, how to get away from defenders. This will be our first lesson for today. It's a bit more longer than yesterday's courses or lessons. In between, I'm going to pause and make an additional comment if needed. But then again, let's start watching this together on the Guide Plus.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Cruzabe here, back with another lesson on the Guide Plus, and today we have the next video in our dribbling course, and I'm really excited for this one because we've been talking about the fundamentals of dribbling for the past couple of videos, and today we're getting into the advanced stuff. How to out-dribble defenders, how to use the left stick dribbling to outmove your opponent and score some nice goals. I hope that you guys are enjoying this course so far. If you have any questions up until this point or some feedback, anything you would like to have answered, just drop me a comment down below in this lesson, and I would love to hear from you guys. With that being said, let's jump right into the first major point, how to...
So it's basically is about not the dribbling we've seen yesterday, but it will mainly focus on the left analog stick dribbling. So I'm quite excited as well for this one. Let's go.
To approach and out-dribble defenders, which is approaching them more directly. If you remember the past lesson about safe dribbling, it was pretty much all about turning your back towards the defender, shielding the ball, keeping it safe at all times. Now, when it's about out-dribbling defenders, things are a little bit different and you need to take some more risks in these situations. And here I first have a very basic example. I chose it because it is so simple. Obviously not great defensive behavior from the opponent here, but it just allows us to take a look at it in some very simple way. So what the opponent is doing here is that he is approaching me from the front. And as you can see...
Hi Tarek, welcome to the stream. Thank you for your kind words. Congratulations.
I am also approaching the opponent directly. And what you can now do in order to out-dribble the defender is dodge diagonally to either side. So always pay attention to my left stick movements as well, because these are crucial. As I said, we don't want to be turning away completely if we want to get away or beat the defender. Instead, we want to go to the side and then from there diagonally go forward again, so that we still keep our momentum towards goal so that we can score in case it works out. Let's take a look at it. I dodge to the side, opponent tackles into nowhere, and we just score the goal. If you take a look at my angle diagonally forward, as I said, obviously not great defending from the opponent, but you also kind of need the opponent to be aggressive if you want this type of dribbling to work, because if you only backs up and doesn't really attack you, then there's not much room to get past him anyways. So that's what we also see in this second example right here. So as you may be noticing by now, this is pretty good if you have the defender in front of you, and if by beating him you can, you know, directly get a chance to shoot or at least get forward. So here, once again, after the driven pass into the center, we have the opponent approaching us, and you know, it's pretty likely that he will be overcommitting towards here because we already have a pretty decent shooting angle. So what I do is just basically cutting back like this and going into this space that's going to open up in a second. So this is all still very basic. As you can see, the opponent is tackling. And so these are some pretty simple first examples. As you can see, I just go directly downwards here into the open pocket and then move forward immediately after. Unfortunately, choke the shot here, put the ball on the wrong foot. But anyways,
I want to add something here in this edition. Here, as the pass comes here, let's here, beloved part of the two bars.
this is
So
all
here, the opponent might think, okay, the player receives the ball, even though you think like I can shoot the ball here. Like you see, you think like,
second.
okay,
So this
get it for here. Sorry for that. Even though you think like, okay, I might try to get a shot from here. When you're trying to go for a shot, your player needs some time because you don't instantly shoot the ball. That means the opponent has still time to react, because if you try to shoot here, then your player will charge his shot, but then if the opponent dives in here, it's going to get blocked. So you need to clear yourself from this position. So it's basically the intention, like the opponent has to go here, because otherwise you can shoot. But you need to tell yourself, okay, I will force him to go here. He will probably dive here, so I will go here. That's the basic understanding of getting rid of the opponent while dribbling. Because you can then decide, okay, if he doesn't dive in here, let's say he just stood here and he didn't dive in, then in the next position, in a similar position, you will tell yourself, okay, he didn't dive in the last time out, and then you will probably go for a shot like this. All right, so that was my addition.
This is all still very basic. As you can see, the opponent is tackling. And so these are some pretty simple first examples. As you can see, I just go directly downwards here into the open pocket and then move forward immediately after. Unfortunately, choke the shot here, put the ball on the wrong foot. But anyways, let's move on to the next example. And here, I think this one is a bit more dynamic and a bit more interesting because it's a tighter situation and it's not only one opponent. And so this is kind of the next step. If you have multiple opponents, you need to sort of maneuver through them and try to find a way that allows you to still keep the ball and keep your momentum going forward. So let's take a look. Once again, we have the defender in front of us. And as I said, key here is approaching the defender directly, and then once again the stick movement. So I dodge diagonally to the side so that the opponent can't tackle me, and then I immediately move back into my original running direction with the left stick so that this second defender won't be able to win the ball from me. So it looks somewhat like this, and as you can see, we also get sort of a slick animation, so sometimes you're dependent on that, and it definitely helps to have players with very high dribbling stats for this sort of dribbling. But yeah, as I said, you sort of need to outline where do I have the space available and how can I, you know, get through this little gap with your movement. And then it's just about good left stick movement. And this time it works really nicely and we can score afterwards. So,
all right, that was a good example. Also, make sure you approach the opponent, and then depending on his movement towards you or towards the other side, you have time to decide where to go to, and then dribble out. That's simple. Like, it seems simple, but you have to get into that mindset. All right, Game Buzz, you have the question. Can you execute all of these moves and become a pro player if you have a ping of 40 or 50 ms? Like, I've been playing FIFA for I think that's my second year in Turkey, and I've been playing with more than 50 ms. Like, I'm not a pro player myself, but I have consecutive elite ones, like last year, and then this year I managed to get 20-0 in for champions, and in division rivals I got 2.2k skill rating. Like it doesn't depend on like the ping. The connection is a really tough thing to talk about because it depends. Like on some day, on a random day, it's good. The servers are good, but then on the second day, they just the connection is broken, and you feel like you can't play the game. But still, you have to adapt yourself to the server. Otherwise, like mentally, because if you can't do that, then you'll tell yourself, okay, the servers are bad, and I can't play this game on the service, and then you start off the game 1-0 in the back. So of course you can play, you just have to adapt yourself. They might have, like the players with 20 ms or 10 ms might have an advantage against you, but if you want to be successful, you can't give up. That would be my answer.
So as you can see, it's a lot about timing, having a feeling for it. It's not any magic, but yeah, these examples are pretty similar. Here you can see that it also can work with someone like De Bruyne, who's not as agile as the other players, but it's pretty much the same thing. Dodging diagonally to the side, the tackle doesn't connect, and that's why we're able to score this goal.
Welcome to the stream, man.
And then here we have one last one, I believe. Oh yeah, this is to show you guys that this can also work with sprinting. So this is another factor. Sprinting can be important in order to get away from the opponent. I will show you guys some more examples of that in the second section of this video. But as you can see, this time we have the two defenders right here, and we're trying to get through them because we see that there's a big open space over here. And I used the sprint for that. And once again, in this situation here, I commit to changing direction and, you know, keep sprinting, and we get past the opponent. And this just is there to show you guys that you can have trust in the agility of your players, even when sprinting. So if you get another ball contact before the opponent can approach you, don't hesitate if there's space, you know, instead of once again completely dribbling safely and shielding the ball and turning around, don't hesitate to go forward still by changing the angle diagonally. So this is a similar angle to what we had before with the normal left stick dribbling, but this time I'm also using sprint, as you're about to see here in a second. So and once again we get this animation from Jesus, which helps us to keep the ball and then be able to play forward quickly. So now we get into the second section, and things are going to get a little bit more complex here. So this is about finding pockets of space, which means spots where you don't really have the luxury of approaching the defender directly because you're pressured from more than one defender or the angle is just not there. And then it's about finding your way through the defenders and spotting these little pockets of space, how I call them. So let's take a look at this right here. As you can see, 3 defenders are approaching us, and this guy is attacking from here. And what's pretty important is that he's attacking more from this angle than he's attacking from this angle. And that's because he has 2 players coming in from these 2 sides, and so that's why he wants to, you know, really pressure us by coming in from this third direction. But this also opens up a little pocket of space over here in between these 2 defenders. And so what I'm going to do here is turn away from this player, so shield the ball from the selected player, and then immediately turn into this pocket here and accelerate. So we turn around, we go into that pocket, and we start sprinting. This is very, very important if you want to use the space that you gained and the player that you've just beat because of your good turns. Then you need to start dribbling as soon as you have like space in front of you and you can go in a straight line. That's when you want to start sprinting. You can utilize the explosive sprint feature because of that too. So if you sprint in a straight line, you accelerate a little bit faster. And as you can see, because we start sprinting, we get past this defender before the opponent is able to switch and get in for a tackle. And yeah, we're in a pretty good situation. Play the driven pass over. Obviously, the opponent had to pressure already because he was down by a lot. So
I'm going to make an additional comment here as well. So it is really important that you understand the that you see the position from the defender's perspective as well. So here, as the position grows, let's just keep it here. You see, if you turn your back against the opponent, then you can actually see his intention. So if you turn around, then you will see how he actually intends to get the ball back from you. So in this case, I know that happens in a really small matter of time, but still you have to take a look at the opponent. And here, this guy, for example, he wants to get the ball from here. And you can only see that by looking at the players, because he might have already turned himself towards here. And then if you see that movement, then this was the right decision to go with. But then you see the intention of the opponent in this little short time, and then afterwards in milliseconds you can decide where to go to. Well, you had to take a look at the opponent, and before doing this, you had to turn your back against the opponent. That is the most efficient way to do it, in my opinion. So let's move.
Sprint in a straight line for a tag a lot, so that helped. But anyways, moving on to the second example. For the first bit of it, just sprinting, running it down the line. And then here it gets pretty interesting in the second part, where we're able to really outmove a couple of defenders and then, yeah, getting denied by our own Cristiano Ronaldo.
We're doing that. Hannah J. Kill, you've been watching for 3 days. You helped me so much. So thank you. Actually, no problem. My pleasure. If it helps you as the team guide for you guys. We've been providing a lot of service in terms of FIFA, and we really enjoy it as well if you think it's useful. And yeah, thank you.
Ronaldo, pretty unfortunate there.
Hi, Lima.
But yeah, let's start. So we play the driven pass in here to Ronaldo. We receive the ball downwards, and once again, spot from where is the opponent's defender coming. In this case, he's approaching us a little bit like this to win the ball. And where is the open space that we can quickly turn into, which in this case is over here. So we pretty much do the same thing where we turn around and then push forward into this open space. So we turn, shield the ball, get away from the tackle, and immediately push forward. And the second part, once again, is very important. You can see that the opponent switches players, so I now know that he will come in from here. So the open pocket now switches to this very big space over here. And so that's our next goal, to get in there as quickly as possible. So we activate sprint once again, push diagonally in there, get there before the defender. We play the pass. Now we have the ball with Neymar. And now this is where the two things sort of combine. So I do this Elastico skill move, and you probably recognize this spot from the first part of the video where we approach the defender more directly. And so what I do is I am anticipating that the opponent is coming in for a tackle. So I dodge over to the side and then continue dribbling straight. So you just need to get a feeling a bit for the situations. Sometimes it's good to instead immediately cut inside, but it's also more risky because the opponent is positioned there and he can still reach the ball if he comes in for a tackle. Like, he can reach the ball like this, but it's very hard for him to reach this angle here. And so that's what I go for. And you can see the opponent is just is just left in the dust pretty much. And now it's about reacting quickly. So here we have the second defender in front of us. As you can see, I moved like this. I turned around the opponent and now immediately go straight towards the next defender. So I'm really pushing this sort of 50-50 situation where I can go both directions, and it's pretty hard for the opponent to defend both at the same time. So it's the same thing as before, and I see that there's a little pocket of space in here. This is also the more dangerous one compared to this on the wing, because if we get there, then we're able to maybe go for a finish. So I once again cut diagonally to the side like this, and then obviously I just go for the finish. Pretty interesting. Look at Cristiano here. He performs a pretty straight up auto block there, if I'm not mistaken. So that was a bit of a funny thing for me to see when I watched back the gameplay scene. But anyways, moving on to the next example. Another nice dribbling here with Foden. And then unfortunately the next auto block, but I could have also played a pass there. Anyways, let's take a look. So this is also a long dribbling, and this is, you know, where it gets really complex and where you need to just practice so that time after time you find the open spots sort of and the little gaps and pockets in the opponent's defense. So I play the pass out to the side. I see that there's some space in here, and I don't know, I just guessed that if I cut inside heavily with my first touch by also using sprint, I can get past this defender and, you know, have a dangerous situation where there's a lot of tempo and also two of my other players in the middle, and you can see that it catches the opponent off guard when player switching. So now the next pocket of space is in here, and I think I use a ball roll here with the right stick. Yeah, I use a ball roll, but the opponent is immediately closing that space because he sees it too. So it's sort of something like I push here, the opponent is covering that. So immediately I'm changing direction over here, if you take a look at it. And now this is where it gets interesting. Once again, we're surrounded by three players, and it's the combination again of realizing where's the opponent's defender coming from, using some safe dribbling to turn away, but then immediately accelerating forward, because as you will see in a second, a pocket of space is opening up here because the opponent pulls out his player aggressively. So we turn away, we turn around, and now there is the pocket, so we push forward, and I believe I also start sprinting. Yes, I also start sprinting, so don't hesitate. If there's a little bit of space in FIFA 22, you can start sprinting due to the explosive sprint feature. And I just see that the opponent is switching very late, I guess. So I start sprinting, and I just sprint through here. So you need a little bit of confidence. Obviously, it's a gamble. These are examples that worked out. A lot of times you will lose the ball. It just happens, you know, gotta deal with it. But anyways, so we sprint forward. I see a gap in between these two defenders, so I just go for it and take the risk, start sprinting again. Now I know I need to turn away. I need to, you know, get away from this player. And because I'm coming straight from sprint, I'm a bit hesitant, I believe, to just change direction 90 degrees to the side, but that would also be a possibility. In this case, I'm turning over here. So now I don't really see a way to push into this space because I'm surrounded by defenders. From here, these two guys can pressure me, so I turn around, and right after I turn, so this is also very important, right after I turn, I immediately turn again to approach the next defender straight. So you don't want to be, you know, turning and then with your back to the opponent turn like this all the time, because this dribbling is clunky and doesn't really work that well in FIFA 22. So instead I turn and then go forward again, and the opponent will switch players, I think, in the next millisecond, and so we dodge to the side and go forward again. This is from the first part of the video. Dodge to the side, go forward, opponent tackles, so now there's a space opening up behind the player that just tackled, so we push over there and then go for the shot, but I should have probably just played the pass. So yeah, that was a bit unfortunate, but anyways, we, I think, made a nice dribbling run there, and there were a lot of different kinds of, you know, elements from this course combined, which allow you to do these kinds of dribblings. So here a more simple example, but it's the same concept. 4 players here in front of me, open space is somewhere over here, obviously over here too. So this is where I'm first turning, but I want to get rid of the defenders. I don't want to dribble, you know, back into my own half. I want to go forward, so I complete the turn and then push into this space as quickly as possible, and this time leave all the defenders behind, and I'm able to score. And then here, these final 2 examples, I believe this is, are there to show how to outline sort of a way through the space that's there. So here we have the first example with Neymar. So first, the opponent is very aggressive again. So that allows us to make a move on him. So of course, if he would be passive, the situation and what I would do would look much different. But so what I sort of do is I'm coming from here, I dodge the opponent's aggression, and then I come back like this and try to dribble through this gap. So this is sort of the line that I'm taking, and all small touches. So at all times you need to keep control with the left stick. 1 touch here, 1 touch up, 1 touch left, and that's how we kind of get this curve going. And then, as you can see, right after I'm starting to sprint. So I'm using the explosive sprint once again, bang, and I get away from these players, and suddenly I have some space available. So that's also an approach that you can take, you know, finding a line through the opponent's players. And here we have the second example for that, where I'm also able to do it. And then once again, it's once again a video with pretty unfortunate endings to the situations. But anyways, so I'm coming from here, I'm doing the ball roll into the center, opponent is over here. So I'm thinking, all right, I can still dribble like this. And then we get into this situation, and the opponent suddenly has this guy over here and is coming in sort of like this. And so what I'm thinking is I can maybe dribble like this, dodge the tackle, and then come back through here and once again go through the 2 opponents. So it's also a little bit like slalom, you know, finding the gaps, finding the little holes where you can then push through. So I dodge upwards and then 2 touches and go inwards again. Let's take a look at the stick movement. Going up, going forward, and going diagonally down. So it's about timing, it's about a feeling that you will develop over time, how to get the exact touches that you need. And then also a little bit of luck, obviously. And then here, yeah, I don't really know. I think maybe I could have aimed a little bit more like this and it would have worked, but pretty unfortunate that the driven pass is locking onto Neymar and then just not connecting at all. But it is what it is. So yeah, these were pretty much all the examples I had prepared for today. To sum it up, approach the defender directly to then dodge diagonally to the side and continue dribbling forward afterwards. It's important that the opponent is aggressive in situations like these, like right here. It worked well 2 times. And then also find little pockets of space so that after shielding the ball for a brief moment, you can then turn into that open pocket again, like right here, and start sprinting. If possible, use the explosive sprint, and you're going to be able to get away from players. If you need to slow down again, approach the next defender directly, turn to the side or shield the ball for a brief moment, and then repeat. And just try to find the open pockets of space, or like the line you need to take in order to maneuver yourself through the multiple defenders, like here with Neymar, or in the final example with Fred. So I hope that this was helpful.
All right. In the end, he summarized really briefly how we should do that after the examples. And I think that's really, these are really good points to make. And I think we can focus in the following matches on that topic. Like we're going to approach the defender if he's too aggressive, and then we are going to dodge him by only using the left analog stick. That will be our purpose in our next match. By the way, feel free to ask me anything about how to do it, how not to do it, maybe. So like I said, I'm going to hop into a game, and we can then try it by only using the left analog stick, and hopefully we'll get an aggressive defender who wants to get the ball back immediately. So let me just close it down, logging in. But like I said, if you have anything in your mind, feel free to ask me, or if you want to check the course for yourself, you can just type !web, or like if you type !web, you just go into our desktop version of the Guide Plus, or if you want to go for the course directly, !dribbling. That is all you need to do to be able to get towards what you need. So we got 3 matches remaining on the playoffs, and I would start with dribbling. Let's see what kind of opponent we get against us, and then let's see. Lost connection. Joined late, please help drop the full video, and I'll always face a problem in defending. We got a lot of, like, we already have some videos about defending, jockeying for the start of FIFA 22 on the guide. I think you might check our videos about that. Like if you go to the uploads, you'll find a lot of defending videos since the start of this game, and then in the Guide Plus we have detailed videos about certain things like manual jockeying, sliding tackles, normal tackles, when to tackle, when not to tackle. You can just search in the channel as defending to be able to find these topics, or like I said, in the Guide Plus. Hi, welcome to the stream, guys. Hello. How are you guys doing? So like I've said, we just finished the first lesson, like the fourth lesson, the first lesson for today, of the dribbling mastery course. And like I said, we're going to hop into a game, and we will try to execute what George just explained in his video. And hopefully we will also execute these successfully. And yeah, trying to find an opponent. How is it possible with this dribbling with 140 ms? That's a bit of too much, I would say. 140 ms. Like anything above, I see 75 ms is trouble. That makes things worse. So you cannot control the players that much in 140 ms. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay, let's see. All right. Well, he's moving in. He moves in. You let the, like, this is working. Only the left analog. That is nice. Goes in. We get the ball. We dodge him. And then we go on. We dodge him. We go on. We dodge him. We go on. That is the way. You see? See his point, see his intention, and then dodge him. That is the thing. And then... Alright. That was unfortunate. But still, we were able to find the gap, the pocket that George just mentioned with the left analog stick dribbling. So we need to defend this. Okay, we stood our ground. Let's go again. Getting the ball to Neymar. Please move and dodge it. And then find the pocket. Yes. Unfortunate there, but it has been working. Like, you just need to stay calm, and you just need to find the open space. You just need to analyze the position to be able to find the pocket. Oops. Oh, we got lucky here. That was well executed. Okay, we didn't dodge the tackle. As you can see, the opponent is exactly what we need to be able to show you how this works. He's too aggressive on the ball as he's defending, so... Oh, okay. He adapted to the dribbling as well, so we might need to take caution. Back to Neymar. All right, that was nice stuff from Neymar. We did there with the left analog stick dribbling. Let's see if we can get back to it. Yes. David. Pocket is up the lower side. Dribble the ball there with the explosive sprint. Control the ball. Get away from the defender. That didn't work out because we didn't explore the space towards the right side, but instead I went towards the upper side. So that was my bad. Get back the ball. Okay, he was offside? Oh, didn't realize. Ball towards David. Didn't happen. Towards the... Oh. Lower side is empty. Get the ball there. I just need to find one perfect opportunity for the dribble here. Oh, we conceded actually. Oh. No, it's just left analog stick dribbling. Only left analog stick. Sprinting too much there. It doesn't matter actually if we lose or win the game. It's just we need to focus on the technique here, so to say. Of course, you don't need to do that all the time, but the practice is important. So once you're practicing it, for example, in rivals or any friendly match that is offline, like not offline, but online, that would work perfectly. So really aggressive on the ball. Found the space, pass the ball, and oh, almost a goal. Again, the little touches on the ball by only using the left analog stick almost worked out. Oh, that's a nice goal. We also have this tactic on the Guide Plus as well, which allows you to find the perfect spot after the corner kick with your, especially with your striker. And I'm actually happy that it works out. All right, we equalized. Let's move on. Go towards Neymar. His intention is to cover this side. You see, you dribble, you get past him. It is exactly what we need in this situation. We need to make him desperate, and then we know he's going to dive in, and afterwards, just before that happens, we change directions only with the left analog stick, and then we find the opening. That was weird. Okay. Didn't have enough time to react. So, 1-1. All right. Thanks a lot, guys, for always being there for us. Would like to know the best formation I can use against a pro when he... Oh, the legacy defending doesn't work anymore in online gaming. But we have the 4-3-2-1 formation lately We also published it on the Guide Plus, and I think that will be really helpful for you. So make sure to visit the Guide Plus. Like, I'm just going to leave the link down here, or if you're on the mobile, you can also check the download description in the download link in the description, and then you might find the information guide from last week. So hopefully that helps you. It's going to pop up in a second. So the opponent has 26 tackles. Too much. And he only won 8 of them. That is a bad ratio, bad rate, because we used left analog stick dribbling. The pocket, move towards it, see the pocket, move again. Only using the left analog stick, pocket. Oh, went too much, but still we hold on to the ball a lot before going for the pass. Okay, we make it 2-1 here. All right, we should be in full control now. Pocket towards the lower side because he makes the move aggressively towards the upper side. Down again. Get away from again. Again. Let's jump. Pass towards lower side. Oh, that was a really good example. I wish that would have been a goal, really. Like, you see, you just don't run. Okay, he quit it. All right, I'm just gonna... That happened to me too much yesterday as well. You just use the power of the left analog stick. Nothing else. Nothing else. You just use it. I'm just gonna show you that again. How I use it here. The game before that. Here. Let me show you. Gallery. In this last position with Neymar. You see, he gets the ball here. And then here, the opponent thinks, okay, can I actually show this on... Oh, let me try something out. Just a second. Just a second. Vector. This one. I might be able to do that. Where's the screen? I'm going to make some drawings on the match, on the replay. So I need to make a project towards here. Yeah, that is it. Okay, so let's get back to this scene. And then I think, yeah, we can actually draw some things over here. So in this position, get that. Just because we were able to get ourselves in this position, the opponent thought, okay, I need to get myself towards here. Because that is the only way that the opponent, like, if you don't want this player to go like this and go for a shot, then you need to make this movement. This is almost like ABC for FIFA. Like, this is a must because he lost his possession or positioning before that, and then he has to do the movement with the red arrow. Otherwise, I can move freely around and I can do this movement as well, this one as well, try to go for this, and then this one. I can do whatever I want on the left side. But then, if the opponent does that, he might be able to counter it. This movement. But I think, okay, I have the free space in front of me, but the opponent is going to try to, like, desperately, he will try to get rid of this danger by doing the move, which is marked with the red arrow. So what do I think? Okay, then I might go like this. Like, I approach him. I approach him from here, and then just in the second he approaches here, then I out-dribble him by going like this, directly against the direction that he's coming from. So he's going to be caught on his weak foot or the wrong foot, and I will be able to get past him. That is the reasoning behind that. So what happens here? You see, he approaches from here. And in that moment, as he approaches towards me, as he approaches me, then here, like this, I was going like that. And then I change my direction towards here to be able to dodge him. So make sure that your opponent is aggressive. And then afterwards, once you make him move towards him, once you bait him towards here, then he comes towards here and then you make your movement. What happens then? Let's see. You see, he went, oh, let me just get back a bit to make sure you see it by yourself. Here, he comes closer like this. And then in this moment, you see, he is nowhere near me. Nowhere. I was able to get past him because he went like this and didn't have the opportunity to get the ball because we went like that, and then here we get past him. Now he was able to switch players, and he got this player on the upper side, and he will try to defend Neymar again. So the basic instinct of the players is most likely to move like this, right? So let's see what happens here. Get back a bit. I really wish that we could go like 5 seconds back. All right, we get past him here, and then again we bait the player towards the other direction, just as he switch back to the other guy, other defender. Here, just as he switched to the other defender, just because I got rid of this player with the number 5, now I need to beat the player with number 14, which is Cuadrado here. So instead of going like this as I receive the ball, or instead of going like that, I decide to see the open space, which was called as the pocket in the video. And here is a space. You can still use this space because here the opponent made that move, not that one, made that move away from me. That means he opens up this space. So I can freely use this space to lure this guy, this defender, towards there. Not this one again. I'm having some trouble with the tool. If you lure him here, then the next step would be to open up this space. So what you do here, you get your player, you move towards the open space, which is here. And then just because you are moving towards the open space, the opponent will make the move like that. And if there's no one here, let's say this guy moves from here to here, then there will be no one here to cover this space. See, because he moves here. And then what happens? You see, you have a clear shot scoring opportunity. Just because you baited him here first, you moved here. You moved here like this. He moves with you, and then you turn around, and he wasn't able to do that as fast as you did, and then you have this shooting opportunity. Or maybe I could have tried to pass the ball towards here as well, but then I thought, okay, I would go for a shot here because most of the times the passes towards here get intercepted by these players. Very common situation. And I thought, okay, just because we dribbled really good, maybe I could go for a shot and score the goal towards the near post. But then the idea is not to score the goal. The idea is to use the pockets that has been shown with the video. And I think I managed to do it's really nice in this position, for instance. And like I said, find the open space, see the open pocket, and then try to go there. If the opponent follows you, turn back around, only by using the left analog stick. And this is how you actually get rid of the defenders, not easily, but practically, right? So I think we did have enough examples in this match. Anything in your mind? Like, if you have any questions about this one, make sure to ask me. I would be really happy to answer these. Otherwise, we could still go for the last lesson from this course, which is how to dribble unpredictably. And I think that's, again, an expert mark, because it's really hard to analyze the behavior of the opponent. And like, if someone tends to do something, then you can bait him and you can become really unpredictable, because most of the times it becomes really effective at the start of the game. Or if you just play with a pattern, like if you always try to dribble towards the left, and then at some point you start to turn towards the right, maybe you could out dribble the opponent by being unpredictable. But like I've said, we're going to watch it right away with you. So, all right. So if there's no questions, I would start this video. Composure is really important, right? Exactly. Composure. Not the player stat, but your composure is really important. Even if you're losing, even if you're losing, you have to tell yourself, okay, you can do everything in your power to win the game. But if you become too excited, that's completely normal, by the way. That's completely human. But if you become so excited about the game or the current situation of the game, you might miss the chance, miss the opportunity that it seems really simple when you're not excited. So stay calm, remain focused. And I know it's really hard to do that, but sometimes you have to have icy veins, you know? Just stay calm. Composure, yeah, that is the thing with the composure. Whenever I receive the ball with my striker, I lose it by approaching the center back. What do I do? We had this issue within the first lessons of this one. It's because of the touch on the ball. If your first contact on the ball is towards the defender, then like if you turn yourself towards the defender first, then you will probably lose the ball. So always try to control the ball away from the defender. Like, don't face him instantly when you receive the ball. Get towards the other direction, like diagonally or exactly against the direction, 180 degree away from him, or like just don't turn towards the defender. My friends use L2 a lot in those situations. Are they making a mistake? In which kind of situations? Defending situations or the controlling situations? How were you making those sharp corners? Well, we published it on the Guide Plus, and like you just call the player with the R1, and then you pass the ball towards the middle, and then you have it. The driven pass towards the middle. It's just a simple technique, but you just need to work on it. Like if you want to shield the ball, if you want to control the ball, L2 is a good thing. And if you're actually trying to shield the ball away from a strong striker, strong defender, then L2 does the job fine. But you cannot turn around with L2. It's just to shield the ball away from the defender. On offense, yeah. Like they're not doing wrong, but you cannot shield the ball all the time with L2, because once you do that, like it's useful on the first contact against the defender when you use L2. Like once you actually dodge the first contact with L2 or the initial push with the defender, then you have to let it go, because if you hold on to the L2, then your player tries to focus more on shielding rather than controlling the ball. So first shield the ball with L2, that's fine. And afterwards, you just need to dribble. All right, let's go for the second video. I mean, the last video of this course. How to dribble unpredictably. And yeah, let's give the microphone to George.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Cruzavi here, back with another lesson on the Guide Plus, and today we're going to talk about how to be less predictable when dribbling. This is the final part of our dribbling course. Obviously, we'll still have the final quiz and the solution of that coming up in the near future, but today we're going to talk about how to surprise your opponent when dribbling, because that's really important. So far, I've taught you a lot of fundamental principles like keeping the ball safe, turning away from the opponent's defender, shielding the ball, finding open pockets of space, all these things. But if you have an opponent who's very good at anticipating and defending in general, he can exploit you being too predictable when dribbling by applying those principles. And I will show you what I mean with this first example right here. So we have the opponent who's winning the ball, plays forward quickly and starts sprinting into space with Salah, but soon I'm closing him down from 3 angles. So I have 3 defenders around him, and if he does another touch forward, then probably I can win the ball here with my midfielder. And the opponent recognizes that correctly and also recognizes that the open pocket of space in this case is over here, and if he will turn around like so, then he will shield the ball from this defender as well, and should be safe, you know, and keep the ball in possession. And in theory, that's correct. The only problem is that if I, as the defender, know that, I can exploit him going for this, sort of predictable turn, because it is the safe option, by doing a player switch to my other midfielder here and already positioning towards that exit of his, where he's going to turn in a second. And as you're about to see, the opponent turns, I move in there, I win the ball. So the opponent didn't necessarily do anything wrong here. It was just too predictable. And this is what you will find happening against players who are really good at anticipating, because they know what you do before you're about to do it. And in order to outmove these players and to still, out-dribble them, you need to incorporate some sort of surprises into your dribbling and use fake turns, as I like to call them, in order to be less predictable. Let's take a look at a first example here. I'm trying to keep the ball safe with De Bruyne. I turn upwards for a brief second and then down again. And the defender here actually did a really good job still at covering me, but it still helped. So here you can see the opponent is tracking me, and I'm dribbling straight back towards my own goal to then turn up for a brief moment. This is all just simple left stick dribbling, to then not complete the turn. So I'm not going to completely turn around, because then the opponent's defender, if he anticipates well, could tackle the ball away. But instead, I want the opponent to move and track my little turn upwards, so that then I can immediately turn back downwards again and continue dribbling there, which I afterwards then do. As I said, the opponent tracks me pretty well here, so that was definitely needed to not be totally predictable there, otherwise I would have probably lost the ball. Here we have an example which worked really well, where you can see the effect that this can have on the opponent's movement with the defender and over anticipation. So I'm here with Ronaldo and I'm sprinting, then do a ball roll, do a fake turn and dribble forward again. So let's take a look at it again. As you can see, I'm kind of getting stuck in this situation here. I have this defender who is covering me very well, don't really have any other passing opportunities here. This one on the wing doesn't really benefit me that much. And then
maybe I should move the camera from here to here, sorry. See the thing here, the controller here. All right.
Is not in a
Just take a look at how he moves the ball while controlling while using the analog like controller. Like he only uses the left analog stick for that.
spot right here. But if I can get rid of this defender, then obviously some space is going to open up over here. But it would be very, sort of predictable if I would just shield the ball, turn around, and then try to go into that space. I doubt in this spot, and depending on the opponent and his level of play, that he would just run straight past you, and you would just turn around to dribble into this space over here. So what do we do? I do the ball roll, and now, as you can see with the left stick, I'm for a brief moment pointing towards this direction so that Ronaldo turns like this, and you can see he doesn't complete the full turn, which is really important. It only looks for the opponent as if I'm about to do the ball roll and then turn around like this. And so the opponent will try to now run over here and tackle the ball where he's expecting me to be in like half a second. But once again, we exit the fake turn by just pressing the left stick towards the other direction right away. And then turn back. And now suddenly we have this open space here that we can play into because we got rid of the defender. Neymar's also coming short. We can play a pass towards him and then try to create a chance. Unfortunately, goalkeeper saves it here, but the fake turn worked really well. And this is sort of one of the basic concepts how you can be less predictable when dribbling. This also works with receiving the ball and then turning around right away. So this is what we do here. This is good if you receive the ball inside the box. So I receive the ball, which is coming like this, and my player is facing away from goal, like so, and I receive the ball towards this direction to sort of bait the defender in and make him commit there to, stop me from shooting, stop me from, I don't know, doing a skill move towards the near post area. And then right away, right after I receive the ball, you only do a little touch to then go towards the other direction again in the next possible moment. And if you do this smoothly, then it's very fast and hard for the defender to track. And if he overcommits just a little bit, it's already too late and you will get, for example, a shot on goal. And this is very easy to do. It's all left stick, no other, things which you need for that.
One key moment for that, I'm just going to show it to you. If you can actually see what is going on here, like the both positions, what do they have in common? It's basically when you receive the ball, then you instantly turn against the defender. So you put your body between the ball here and the defender, and afterwards you try to look at what is the obvious and what's not, because this turn is obvious. This little turn is obvious because you have space there, and then you think like, okay, if I do that, the opponent will definitely try to go like this. So before you commit to this one, he will commit to this area marked with the red one, and then you turn around like this and you find the open space. Like that, this is the way how you become unpredictable. Knowing what the defender will do in the next move and then going for the exact opposite way. That is how you do.
No other, things which you need for that. And I think here we have another example which is similar. This time the pass is coming from the wing, so I'm not doing this move right away, but I sort of prepare it with a little dribbling. So I pass the ball inside, and then here with Neymar, I receive it and dribble sort of parallel to goal. So sort of like this. And then I do the fake turn, so dribbling like this, faking like this by just pointing the left stick downwards and then exiting like this. And you can see the defender will think that I'm about to turn around like this. So, it's always something which you need to mix up. Sometimes do the fake turns and sometimes do the normal turns. We'll have an example for that coming up as well, but you can see pretty well in this example how the opponent is irritated by this little turn and moves down when I'm already moving up. And another powerful advantage that this gives you, or why it works so well, is because the opponent is reactive. He's the defender. So you start the fake turn, and by the time that he realized you're starting a turn, he is committing to that direction, but in that moment you're already going the other way because, you know, the opponent reacted with a little delay. So you're one step ahead and you can really create some space between you and the defender. This is the example I was talking about, but we have another one before that. So let's take a short look. This is very similar, just a different situation. I dribble around a little bit, and there's then the fake turn for the final example. So try to
just left and right.
Just be playful with it, you know. Like sometimes you do normal turns. Like for example here, I do a normal turn, then I do another normal turn, and now I do a fake turn and go forward. And that then leaves the opponent in a spot where it's very hard for him to predict, and he overcommits with Varane because he tries to anticipate and win the ball, and then I'm open for the pass to the other side. And here we have another example where with Ronaldo I first do a fake turn and then I do a normal turn, and it's very hard for the opponent to then predict, you know, are you going to complete the circle, so to speak, when turning, or are you just faking it and going the other direction again? And that makes it uncomfortable to defend, and you will notice that you have a much easier time keeping the ball and, you know, just the opponent paying you some respect and giving you a little bit of space. So here, this is similar to the example we had with Ronaldo already, where I receive the ball and then I do the fake turn. So I don't do it with the first touch this time, but I receive the ball like this, fake over here, and then go down here. Maybe as a rule of thumb, you could also say fake towards the direction that is, you know, more tight, where more defenders are, and then try to turn back into the more open space, so that if it works out, you really have some space to work with. So I turn down here, but I notice, okay, here I could go for the shot, but probably it will get blocked. I'm not in a 100% chance right now. So this time I do a normal turn. So I just this time turn around like this and don't fake this time. So then, as you can see, I get into a shooting position once again, which was not much better, but I went for it anyway. So, and here you can see how the opponent is more committing down here. Obviously, we are not in his head, so it's not sure if it's because he thought I would do another fake turn or if he just, you know, missed that I might turn again. But anyways, it will make it harder for your opponents to predict what you're about to do if you mix it up between the two. And then here,
you just don't need to shoot all the time with that. So to say, I'm just going to roll back a bit here. For example, after doing the fake shot, the fake turn, you could also try to orchestrate some positions for the other players as well, because if you actually pass the ball towards here, it's an open line, and then I think with a turn like this, you can actually score the ball. I think it's not offside here, but even if you want to complete a position with your composure here, you just have to see the other players in the box as well to be able to find them in free spaces. So thank you for this video, very helpful. No problem. Our job is to make sure that you know everything about FIFA. Why is Rivals gameplay different than FUT Champions? I'm not quite sure what the reason for that is, but I think the servers are different, like they're separate. So I think there might be different perimeter, or how to say it. Sliders are different in both game modes, I think, but not sure though.
It will make it harder for you to mix it up between the
sliders.
two. And then here we have a final example that is just there to show that it's not only about fake turns, but also about, dribbling and opportunities in general. So you can also surprise the opponent by doing unexpected sprints. For example, that's not the only thing which you can do. Also when sprinting, you can change direction quickly in order to be hard to defend. But so here, I received the ball with Ronaldo, and there is a little bit of space over here, but there are also like a lot of defenders around. And so it would be most likely probably that I turn and try to keep the ball safe, play it out here to De Bruyne or something like that. And so it is then, because of that, surprising for the opponent when I start using the explosive sprint in this open space, and he doesn't really commit with his defender, but he's more hesitant in this spot because he's waiting for me to turn or do a ball roll, do something, to dodge all these defenders, and going straight forward like that surprises him, and he is then not able to reach with the tackle. Or maybe in hindsight, what he was doing is he was expecting the turn and moving sort of like this to, then tackle me maybe from behind when I'm dribbling like this after turning, as you can see from his movement. Like he's cutting in very early and suddenly I'm sprinting past him. And because of that, I can get into this open space and suddenly get a really good chance, only from one little, dribbling move, one little sprint, which I started to do in a situation where it didn't look at all like I had anything dangerous coming out of this situation. So that's just, one of the many possible examples how you can also use sprint in order to be dangerous and hard to predict for the opponent. After all, it's about mixing it up and trying to break your own patterns. If you're always turning around into the safe open pocket, then maybe start using the fake turn. If you're always very hesitant to go forward and turn around a lot to shield the ball, then maybe using that explosive sprint in a spot can catch the opponent off guard. So it's also about knowing what your typical habits are, analyze your own game, and then use that to your advantage. Yep. So that's it for this video.
Really, really helpful to be able to, if you have to get into the opponent's head to be able to do that. And for example, if you have done something in that game so far, like a dribble, like a default pattern that you've been playing with, that could be also the skill moves. Like if you have been doing the same thing all over again, if you do another thing, then the usual thing would be expected by the opponent. But if you do another thing, the exact opposite of it, then you can actually make sure that you confuse the opponent, because he won't be expecting that, because he thinks, okay, this guy has a pattern, this player has a pattern, and he will do it again. But then if you don't do it, then he will be also surprised. So element of surprise is the key for being unpredictable. So we're going to try that out in the next game, and hopefully we will be able to do it. And afterwards, if we can see good examples, we will be heading to the final quiz. And again, if you want to take a look at this course or the videos themselves alone or another time, or if you want to see what the Guide Plus offers, then you can go to our website, the web version of the Guide Plus, or you can download the app from the links in the description below to download the app on the mobile and see it for yourself. You don't need to register first to see what happens in the Guide Plus, but I'm just gonna drop the link here. If you like it, then you can actually follow the content we have been offering since the last year. And we also have a bunch of free stuff there, so make sure to take a look at it. So, being unpredictable. This is going to be our mission in this match, and we're going to use a lot of fake turns, a lot of fake movements to be able to get rid of the defenders, and hopefully we will create a lot of chances by that. Search for an opponent. This to that. If we can get a opponent in our 9th match. We have been playing the playoffs. I won all of the matches in the playoffs so far. We need to win the last 2 as well. And all of these came with the magnificent dribbling mastery course, so to say. After focusing only on these aspects of the game. But champions feel more delayed. Like I said, they have been played on different servers, and if the capacity on one server is overloaded, then you feel the difference. Even though they're on the same in the same game, the game modes have different servers. I assume that could be the only potential reason for that. You can find an opponent, but let's try it. Why does it take ages for this game to find the game? That is my question. Is no one playing the playoffs right now? Am I the only one? I think I'm the only one. Wait for the match. So you can also ask me anything, anytime about the game, about our stuff in the Guide Plus, or any other thing that occurs to your mind. Make sure that you ask me. Are you experiencing more lags, delays this weekend? No, I think it's just a regular. I really don't know. I can't really say, because it's just normal. Like, not that good, not that bad, but it's just normal. So, getting unpredictable. Opponent is more aggressive than I expected. We are going to use every single thing that we have been using since the start of the course. And let's see how it goes here. Okay, that was an extra goal. I wouldn't talk anything about this. But I think the opponent didn't expect me to go towards that side, because he didn't cover it up that well. Right. Oh, this is going to be a tough one, I would say. Pressing up already. Right, he's trying to fake me as well. We need to stay calm, composed against that, all defending. And yeah. Good way to find the defensive move, but we lost it again. This guy's good. You won't expect this run, I suppose. Turn around. Okay, get rid of the pressure. Pass the ball. Pass again. He didn't expect this turn. Once we have the ball, we cross it in. Oh. Like I said, this is going to be a tight game. Unpassable. He would turn around. So he didn't expect this, that we would go that way. That was really good. That was really good. So he expects a pass. It's around. That was a bit forced, to be honest. He didn't expect this, so we're going to run forward. We're going to keep running. Stop here and run again. Oh, he expected that. Oh, different guy. That was not realistic, but okay. 180 turn shot. He's actually using what we have been trying so far. So he faked the turn towards the center of the field, and then he turned around towards the other side. Okay. Whew. Right. So he has been trying to use the elements of being unpredictable as well. He's just turning around, trying to find the open space, not giving any chance for me to defend here. So all right. You can't see the joystick animation. There's a bug with that. There's a bug with that, so that's why I can't enable it. Normally I would have done it from the external source, but I think That is bugged right now, and I need to restart the stream, so I don't want to do that as well. Fortunately, that was bugged. What does foot founder mean? I think foot came out in FIFA 10, and the accounts that were created in that time, they are called foot founders. Okay, the second half, it's gonna be really tough again. Fake towards the lower side, then we went towards the upper side. That was a good one. That was a shot. I use Neymar to show him that I'm turning towards my back towards the goal, and then I turned instantly towards the middle. But then that was a good pass, but unfortunately, position was offside. Oh, that was my bad. Let's see what we can do here. Go towards the lower side. Cross towards the back post. Oh. Counter. We try to do our best. Well, this match is more about defending rather than being unpredictable. That's messed up. Cover from this. I don't know if I should change formations against this guy because he's simply too aggressive. Too aggressive. When I receive the ball, he just goes right in. I think he scored now. Oh god. Whew. He's trying everything in his power to be able to get rid of me. Sometimes he does that, but most of the time I get successful with it. No. Oh my god. How does that go in? How even in the world, man? Try something out. Good. Oh. He's pressing too much against me. Change tactics here. That was a nice position, should have gone in. He didn't expect me to turn towards that direction, but still, we didn't manage to score. Fortunate. Yep. That's it. That's it. Finally, we scored the goal. Yep. Dear God, how important was that? Whew. Yeah, again, he didn't expect me to do that. Like you don't necessarily need to use only one pattern, like left analog stick, or I don't know. You can use also skill modes to get rid of the opponent here. And with his pressure, like it was like hell. Just gonna type his name. God, that was intense game. Needed to defend too hard for that. So let's see that. Okay, so I'm going to analyze the last goal because the last touch on the goal was the reason we scored the goal. Do you think FIFA is only getting harder because of YouTube tutorials? I don't think so. Don't think so. Even if we do these tutorials, the players, like the players who play the game, find out the weak spots or the strong points of the meta of the game, and then they just play how it's supposed to played. How it's supposed to be played. Was he on constant pressure? Probably pressure on heavy touch. I don't think that was constant pressure all the time. So I'm going to show you the exact position, what happened in the last one. This one, just not that one. Capture card. Okay, let's transform this one to here, and let's see what happens here. So basically, I needed to score here. That was that was the last position of the game, so to say, and I needed to score here. So basically, I passed the ball towards Zidane, and then here. And it was really vital here. I control the ball here as if I'm going to, like the opponent has two options here. Either he selects the player here and push here, or let's mark it with red. He selects the player here and tries to get the ball towards here, or he switches back to his defender, either this one or this one, to confront my attacker. All right. So I need to make sure that I control the ball in the crowded space first, like George mentioned in his video. I need to make sure that I control the ball here first and then make a quick turn towards the space so that I force my opponent to select this guy, the one with the yellow marked. I force him to select that guy, and instantly I turn around here. So the next switch will be much delayed in that case. Okay? So what happens next? Sees the ball, I turn around, and he makes a slight move with his defender. You see? Look at the defender. This one. Look at that one. He is making a move towards the space. Just because I showed him that direction, he tried to cover it. He went for it, but I turned around and I find myself in the open. That is the first step. Afterwards, what happens? I don't want to shoot here because, you know, the auto blocks. It's just in the nature of FIFA 22. If I try to shoot here, then there's a good chance that it's going to be blocked like this. Or if I try to shoot like that in that direction, then Varane is on the way. So I don't want to shoot the ball here. So I need to get rid of one more defender. That is for sure. So what happens here? I pass the ball towards one of my strikers to be able to shift the defense towards that direction. And then if I receive another player who can do some other stuff in a different place, in a different area, then I could probably manage to outsmart the opponent. So I turn around as if I'm going to shoot the ball like this. Oh, let's see which player it takes here. I try to turn around like this. And if I try to shoot here, it's still not clear that I'm going to put the ball into the net because, again, Kimpembe is here, and or the keeper is right in that area, and the other player, like my opponent, tries to select this guy and tries to get rid of, get in the line of my shooting angle. So this moment. So I see that he's going to bring up this player. That means if he makes this movement, then I could use a skill move or just turning around with the left analog stick in that case to be able to outmaneuver him. In that case, he's going to make this move, the mark with the red one. Then I would be taking the ball towards here. To be able to make that that kind of a sharp turn, I use the power of the drag back. And we also had a video about drag backs as well in the I think last month or something. So see what happens. I use the drag back here, and then he didn't actually did the move to be to confront me. And right after I see that he's not going for it, so he remained here. And right afterwards, he's going to try to take the ball either here or here. So what I do, if I try to shoot like this, it's going to be blocked or it's going to get saved by the keeper. So I find the only space, the only opening that is available. I do this move. Why? Just a second. I do this move. Why? I get the ball away from the pressure area, pressure zone, or from the pressuring player. And here, I get myself into the open space, secondly, and I get a more clear shot. So, I think this goal is combined, this goal is combining all of the things that we have been studying since yesterday. Controlling the ball, knowing where the defender is heading, and using the little touches on the ball to be able to create yourself the goal scoring opportunity or the passing opportunity. In this case, the game winner, the late game winner. And then we push the ball here like this, and you see the open space and the goal. But that was really important in a really tough match, and I'm quite happy to score this one. Really like this was really terrifying. This match was really terrifying. So All right. Do you think FIFA is more about defending or about skills and attack? Both combined. Like in this match, like in the previous matches, I used my attacking power to win the game. And in this match, I had to defend too much. And if I was not able to defend that well, I would have lost by a really bad margin. Like the defense was the main reason I won the game in this one. But in the other games, in the previous games, I was able to win with my attack. So both combined are really important. Okay, so we can head to the last part of this course. In most cases, in most of the courses, at the end we have final quizzes and the solutions for that. So there are 6 questions here. We can go through them together. Like there are 6 questions, and then there are 3 answers to it. I think one of them is correct, or one or multiple answers are correct. It says here, and then in the last article you find the solutions, the explanations to that. So you can try to answer these questions. If you guess right, then you don't you probably don't need to take a look at the solutions, but I would suggest you do that, even if you guess it right, even if you find the correct answer, because you can also get one other perspective from one other player. So that is really important. Or maybe the reason that you might think is combining with the question, then is wrong, or in a way correct, but not entirely. You can know the exact reason why either one of the answers are correct. So make sure you also check the final solution to that, and you would be really happy to see the result, I must say. Okay. All right, let's start with the first question. The question is, where is the open pocket of space that you should dribble towards in this situation? Can we actually try to see what happens here? So this is the position here. I don't know if you can actually see the can we get it more clear? Okay, so this is the first option. You see the situation here, and there are 3 players that are covering the defender, the attacker, the dribbler. So the first option is to dribble straight on towards forward. Second one is turn upwards and dribble through the gap, as you can see with the arrow. And I'm just gonna need your opinion or your answer on that as well. And the option C is to turn around through the gap behind. So there are three things that you can do with this position. Either you go forward like this, either you go forward. That's the option A. Oh, never mind. That is option A. That is option B. And that is option C. Which one would you prefer to do? Or which one do you think is the correct one here? Just replay this one, either this one, the version A, and then the version B, of the option B, or the option C. Okay, which one do you think it's correct? Tarek says B. Why would you go for the option B, Tarek? Just asking. Oops. Do you think it is possible to be able to... before the opponents. All right, let's go for it. So he's dribbling in the direction. He's dribbling in that direction. He's not quite stopped here. See? He gets the ball here. Makes a step forward. And then either he goes forward or towards the upper side. He's still moving. Or he turns around back. Option B is the safest, you say. Okay, let's actually see. I think if he turns around like this. Okay, let's see what George said to this one. Let's see. Option C is the key here. Why? Because after the header towards Ronaldo, let's see if he also has the thing to that. So this is the solution to that. You see, he turns around and he covers the ball. What would happen if we would go with the option B here? I think that is not the entire, or let's just do it like this. All right, let's just do it like this. I see C, but not sure anymore. Watch which was, okay. C is going towards the back and B is going towards forward. So option C is the safest here because C, if your player let's go with the A. Let's go with the A one, the A option. If you go like this, then there's a chance that those two players might interfere with your run. Okay, we completely rule out this one. If you go for the option B, if you're still dribbling, like you can try to use the ball roll, but then if the opponent actually selects this guy, and if you try to turn around like this, because you're still dribbling with the ball, you push the ball one step forward and then you push the ball towards the left side. But then if the opponent selects this player and he tries to push you or pressure at you, then you might lose the ball. So this is a risky one. But still, depending on how the players are set, I know there's a player coming from this direction, and I know there's a player coming from this direction, but still, if you stop here, turn around and put your body, because this is the only option that you can stop yourself from going anywhere, because you are moving your player into this direction, like this, or that one. And the only way you can stop is to force your player to turn around like this. And by doing that, you put your body in between. And if the pressure comes from this side, then let's mark it with this one. You can try to put your body in between like this. And then you can try to push the ball away like this. Let's see how George found the solution for that one. Here you could say, you see the replay of this one. He turns around and then passes the ball away from the defender. That will be the solution to this one. But I get your point. It's a tough situation to deal with. I know B seems quite promising as well, but then C was the right answer. So you can submit your answer here, and if you actually select it correctly, the button appears to be true. But if you mark it false or wrong, then you might have to take the right decision again. Okay. So let's get towards the second position. How should you dribble in this situation to not lose the ball? Okay, let's see the situation here. But this is the situation. As you can see here, a player is approaching from this side, from this angle, and you have three options. Either you turn it 90 degrees towards the upper side, the option A. The option B is to sprint straight past defender. That is the second option. And this option C, turn while shielding the ball at the same time. Either the opponent comes from this angle, you either go like this, that, or this one. What would you do in that situation? The option A. Why would you do that? Why would you not shield the ball? And all right, one of you says this one. Tarek says option A. This one with the blue marker. As the opponent comes towards here. One of you says go down like this. And the other option is to here. No one with the option C? All right, let me explain briefly what happens here. If the opponent comes diving in like this, and if you try to make a move towards here, then this is too close. Why? Because with a little movement, with a little change of the direction, you see, he could try to get towards you. But the direction isn't here. I know. Let me show you the direction. So you can try to turn around here, but the option is to turn around like this. Just follow the markers, follow the arrows. And if you actually there's a possibility that the opponent might also he doesn't come like this, or maybe he can go like this. You can't know that. And even if you turn around and even if you try to pass the ball like this, he might get the touch on the ball. We are trying to get rid of the opponent. Why C? Because there's an opponent near. Okay, but he's not pressing at you. He's not selected. Wrong. Because see, if he's using the second man pressure, that will be the that would be a really problematic situation. But then if you turn around like this, let me mark it with yellow. If you turn around like this, then you exactly see what the opponent does, and then you can pass the ball there. Yeah, you should pay attention to the arrows. All right, let's take B for an answer. Take B. What happens here? Nope. Because you see, the answer to that is the C1. Turn while shielding the ball. See, because in the further progression of the possession here, shield the ball again. You see this little move, just a slight turnaround here. You stop here, and then as the opponent goes there, you push the ball. Then see here, the opponent dives at you like this, and you roll the ball away here. And after he goes all the way with the red marker, you push the ball back here. After you shield the ball, you take control and you get past him. Shielding the ball, plus it gives you multiple passing angles. Yeah, exactly. As you turn around, as you shield the ball like this, away from the defender, you can also pass the ball here, and then here, and then here. Then, if you just need to get past the opponent, shielding the ball and seeing where he's heading, and afterwards making the right decision is important. Like, shielding the ball is always important when it comes to getting past defenders. Right. So think about, we have four more questions with that. So make sure you pay attention to the arrows as well. So what is the most promising option in this spot? Let's see what happens here. Let's see. All right. We have seen a lot of examples with that. Let's see how you guys watch the lessons with me. All right. The first option, The opponent is coming from the back, and then we are shielding the ball, and it's basically a one-on-one. So this is the direction that the opponent is coming from. The option A is to make a fake turn towards one side and then turn towards the other one. That's the option A. Second one, dribble backwards safely. We are looking for the most promising opportunity to get rid of the opponent. Okay, so choose wisely. We are trying to find an open space. Turn around in a half circle. The option C. We are trying to find the most promising opportunity. Which one? A, B, or C? Any guesses? Any solutions to that? Patrick says B. But if you take B, then you basically can't get rid of the defender to be able to create the opportunity. Ralph says C. We are trying to get past him. Eric says A. All right. Well, we had the opportunity to, if you want to beat a defender, then you have to become unpredictable. We had that lesson just an hour ago or half an hour ago. And all right, let's point out every single thing we have here. The option C. If you just turn around in a single direction like this, then the opponent can follow, because see, you're making a half circle there, more than a half circle. And as the opponent sees that, then he might actually follow you like this. All right? To get past. So yeah, to get past is my question. So he can follow you. That is not the most efficient way to get rid of the defender. The option B would be to take the ball away from the defender, dribble backwards safely. What happens here? You take the ball like this, but still the opponent follows you. But if you actually try to manipulate the opponent, like you fake him towards here, all right, the opponent comes here, then you make the move towards this side, then he will try to follow you like this, and afterwards you can turn around like this and you can get past him. That is the main idea. Let's see how it goes. Here. Let's see how it goes. One step right, one step towards the left. See, one step towards the right, and then just because he tries to follow your direction, see here, you put the ball one step towards the right, and then he follows you, and then one step towards the left allows you to get past him. Anyone give me the controls for effective dribbling? We have the dribbling course free available for all of you. If you just type the exclamation mark dribbling, you will be heading directly towards the course we have. Left stick dribbling only here. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Only left stick dribbling. Left analog stick dribbling. So you can check out the link in the chat right now to be able to get all of the dribbling tips from one of our creators. So let's move on to the next one. We said A with this one, fake turn, submit. All right, let's see that one. 1 versus 1 inside the box. What's the most effective on this spot? 1-on-1. Let's see how the position grows. So here, like turn one side and then turn towards the other one. This is the first one. Pay attention to the arrows, please, because they are really important in that matter. All right. This is the first option. The second one is turn while shielding the ball. And then the third one is approach the defender directly and turn diagonally. So that is a tough question. You see, the opponent is trying to approach you from this angle. Just remind yourself of that. So this is the first one, or let me just go with a brighter one. He's trying to approach you like this. So this is the first one. This is the second one. This is the angle. Oh, never mind. I just messed it up a bit. This is the angle, just because of the heads I couldn't see. This is the angle. This is the angle. The first option was that. And then the second option will be turn around like this while you are facing this one. And then the third one is to go like this. Future Senpai says A. Patrick as well. Derek as well. Tarek says B. Ahmed says C. So we have different opinions again. A is too risky because fake is in the opponent's direction. Yes, that is correct. That is what you say. That is completely correct what you say. Because C, here, once the opponent is facing you like this, once he's trying to go like that, if you do the first turn towards here, mark with the yellow one, and then do the second one towards the green, then you are doing the movement directly towards the defender. So what happens here? You collide with the defender. You have to make sure that you exactly see from which direction the opponent is coming from. Here, like this. Please stop with the spam bots. So the option A goes directly away. Let's see. Option A, submit, no chance. The option B is to turn around, coming from this direction, and you are trying to turn around while other defenders are coming from behind. And then even if you turn around like this, there's another defender here. So you're in between five players, five defenders, and if you make your way like this, and if you turn around yourself like this, you would be just in between the danger zone, so to say. So what happens here? That is also not correct. Retry. See, that is also not correct. But if you actually take the option C here, just because he's moving into that direction, you might as well dodge him by going like this. I know you face the opponent first, but if you make the turn diagonally forward with an agile player, you might as well get rid of him. Like, think of it like this. Think of it like this movement. Demonstrate here. The opponent is coming from this direction. And then with the little dribblings, you find yourself here. Let's see how Let's see the solution to that. You see, he tries to do a move. The opponent tries to do a move like this. The opponent tries to get the ball like this, but with the simple dribbling, you can get past him. Yeah, he almost got the goal. That's a penalty. And I think he goes for a red card here. You get past him, and as you were able, you were about to shoot, then, oh, yellow card. Why? Okay, interesting. All right. So the option C is the safest here. So the last two questions. Okay. The last two questions. My approach. We already had 4 questions together. And there are really explained solutions to those in case you're not thinking the same way we are thinking. And I would suggest to you that you go to the course directly by yourself. Here is a link to that. I'm just going to type !dribbling again to be able to show you the link of the course. Once you go to the course, you can watch the videos again, the explanations, and then you can do the final quizzes and final quiz. After the final quiz, you will also see the solutions to that, and there's explanations in text, so you can study yourself what the important points are in that certain situations, and then understand the mentality of how to do the little dribblings. So agility is a really important attribute in your players to help you make that cut exactly. Like agile players like Mbappe or Neymar or even Messi, they are the ones who can make those little turns much better, much sharper. Like I've said, you can check out our web version of the application, or you could also download the app on your mobile on Android or iOS to be able to see it on your mobile. All of the courses, all of the quizzes, and like I've said, we have a lot of free bunch stuff that you can see for yourself how our content is distributed or how our content is created. So on different topics like formation guides, like I'm going to show you again, we have formation guides, we have attacking tips, we have trading tips, or like tactics. We have everything here. And defending wise, mentality wise, we have many tutorials here, many lessons here. You might need to check it out. You might want to check it out by yourself. Oh, I'm quite excited again, streaming again on the guide. Just make sure you download the app or check the web version of the app. And you can also join our Discord server. It is also in the description below. And I think we covered all of the things that is related to this topic, the dribbling topic. If you have any questions, please make sure you ask them. Patrick, you could also join the Discord server. We have a Discord room for that to get to know new players, and you can maybe find a player to play against. Just make sure you join the Discord channel if you want. And yeah, that was all from my side. If you have any questions, make sure to ask now or in the Discord server. The link is in the description. And yeah, I think we are going to go offline now, and maybe in the near future we might do this stuff on YouTube, like the explanation type stuff on YouTube or the analysis type on Twitch. So make sure you follow or subscribe to both of our channels. Follow on Twitch and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And then yeah, thank you for coming tonight, and hopefully we'll do another session very soon, and I'll talk to you guys later on a different video or another live stream. Take care and goodbye.